just by getting your reaction to the really awful news about Walter Smith. Tributes flooding in from all around the world. Just wondering what your thoughts are on it.
Yeah, it's so sad, to be fair. And Walter was a fantastic man, and he was the one that gave me my first Scotland cap many years ago, and I worked with him very, very closely coming through Scotland, and I've got huge respect for him as well, and especially what he done with Tommy Burns as well, and Carnage Coffin at the time. So he tried to bridge the gap as well between the two clubs, which was fantastic at the time. But every time I met Walter, he had so much time for every single person as well. I mean, it was great about the place with Scotland. He was a fantastic manager for the club as well, and what he's done for the Scottish games, amazing, to be perfectly honest, for the whole of the country.
I mean, as you mentioned, he handed you your debut Scotland cap. I mean, how would you sum up not just the football man, but the man, because he was one of the greats, wasn't he?
Yeah, he was fantastic, and he gave me a bit of advice once when it was my first cap. He went, "Wee man," he went, "go on and cause carnage." And I was like, "Oh yeah, thanks very much." He went, "You're going on up front." He went, "Go and cause carnage and get yourself a goal." And to be fair, on the day, I scored the goal, but it was offside, and it came off, and it was a fantastic occasion as well. And it was at the time you're looking, and it was probably one of the first times that I met Walter when I was going into the Scotland squad as well. And it was this huge presence at the time, and you knew when he came in the room, everyone went dead quiet, and everyone had huge respect for him as well. And he was a fantastic manager at Scotland for Rangers as well, and what he done down in England too was fantastic, with working with huge clubs and huge managers as well.
You obviously made your mark as a Celtic player, but I mean, if the course of history had been different, I mean, I believe Walter tried to take you to Rangers.
Yeah, I had a good relationship with Walter, as everyone knows, at Scotland. Him and Coisty were there with Tommy at Scotland at the time, and the three of them, it was great banter, and it was so chilled and so easy to go into, because it was obviously a hard situation for myself, 17, 18-year-old coming into the squad at the time, and everyone made you feel welcome, which was fantastic, and especially the coaching staff like that as well. But yeah, I had the chances to go to Rangers, and I think at the end of the day, it was nothing to do on behalf of Walter's part. It was the drive that I wanted, and it was the club that I wanted to at the time. But we still spoke whenever we met. I met him down at Cheltenham a couple of times as well, and he gave me a few horse tips. So we still kept in contact that way.
Just a final one from me on all of this. I mean, I guess it's going to be a pretty poignant occasion, I would imagine, the game tomorrow night now.
Yeah, definitely. I'm sure both sets of supporters will show their respect as well, and I think there's a minute of applause as well, and I think that's the least we can do for the man.
Brilliant. Thank you, Scott.